Oftentimes, the preferred locations are already owned by either investors or other owners of buildings. So when looking at a preferred location, oftentimes you have no choice but to lease. And so companies just choose to take that route because they want that location first and foremost. But other times there is strategic reasons to buy or to build and for your own use. If you have a very specific use and you have hundreds of millions of dollars in machinery within a facility, you don't necessarily want a landlord keeping you captive in terms of what you can and can't do, pushing the rents, changing the terms, doing all those things. And so sometimes it's so core to the business that the asset be owned in order to control what happens within the four walls of that building, that the ownership is the only strategy that makes sense. Even if financially it's a little bit more money, you just, from a risk mitigation perspective, you need to own that facility because you cannot be captive by any third party landlord or anyone else out there. So ultimately, if you're going to lease, sometimes there's facilities that are expansion facilities or facilities that are strictly a single service to one client. And so you want the flexibility to open and close and move those facilities as you need to. And then the last component to that is just capital. So sometimes, not to use a specific company, but if Walmart, by example, is making 15 to 20% return on their business, sometimes making a 5% return on real estate is not a good place to put money. And so they'd rather lease a building and make the profits on their business versus tying up all that capital within an owned asset.